part 11 of Luke, and we're going to start at chapter 8, verse 26. So, uh, wrong light, correct light. I have one on each side. I just see that verse 26 is using the word light or lake as well. Let's see. I'm adding the word lake. That's what's going on here. And I guess I'm using it as the reference from above that I showed you that they did use the word lake across Lake Galilee. We're talking about this place here, and this is the place. Now, what they're saying is that Jesus fell asleep this way going to here. Okay. Then they sailed to this place, which is across the Lake Galilee. Now, this here place here is on the other side, so this is on the way back. But I'm thinking why I did this is because he met a male possessed with demons. He had no clothing and lived in a tombs. When he saw Jesus, he fell before him. Well, boys, what do we have to do with you? You are their son from that Most High, from YV. We beg you not to torment. Jesus doesn't torment them. He casts them out. So cast us from him needs to be there. So you can see that the correct location is that city on this side. And then he's going to go to the other side, to this other city. Although that isn't the same city, is it? No. Okay, this city here, what the text shows is that it's the maps will show that it's up here in this location here. Okay, so you can't go across the lake to get there unless you're on this side and you're going over here, but that's just not truthful. So he commanded this unclean spirit, the demon, to come out of the male. It seized him many times. And then it's kind of like an afterthought. They're adding this verse here. He is bound with chains and shackles to keep under guard. Yet they said he lived by the tombs. No, this is just completely added and stuck in the wrong location, by the way. Jesus said, "What is your name?" Because he is commanding on. Then he had been commanding. He only needs to do it once. So all this text is just gone because they begged him not to cast him from them, or cast them from him. What is your name? And they said, Legion, for we are many demons. And they begged him not to command them back into the abyss. Now, I'm put the word abyss here. Is the word abyss in the text? I need to go a little bit further here. Whoops, it's this one here. I don't need to. This is what 31. And I don't want to go too far. Yes, the word abyss is there. Okay. If you males want to visit the abyss, even if you're as young as 13, the first video in the description box below. You can talk to the dead, and this is new to the world, and this makes me also a prophet. Nobody has taught that, and I just want to make sure that you can actually experience what the abyss is. Not depart into the abyss, but back into the abyss. So in other words, demons can come back and forth, but they have to have a place to exist here on earth, and that's inside um, a man. So demon possessed, uh, when people say they see ghosts, I've never seen one. But the only thing is their souls that if they're seeing it, anything. The ghost is just describing an overall what they do and what they are. But here it says swines. Now you know swines, hogs, pigs, they're uncontrollable. They get so large that you can't control them. Example, if a dog barked at them, they got close enough, they'd just turn around and bite that dog and probably take off his paw or half his body, whatever their teeth get into, they're going to snap it right off. They can snap right through a man's bones. So when they bite the arm, they can just snap it, and that's where it's going to be. That's the end. So you cannot control swine. So the object is that they're goats. And why am I using goats and not sheep or rams? Well, rams, when they're eating, they're actually pulling up the roots where it would leave it dirt. Where a goat is, will take it down for it to regrow and not pulling up the roots. So they were grazing by the hill. They were not feeding, they were grazing. That's what we say, that they were grazing. And they begged him to enter the goats, and he gave them his permission, and the goats rushed down the hill, and the herders, not herdmen, but herders. I've shortened it up to mean herders, and that would mean either goat herders or lamb herders. So they're just known as herders. Herders that witnessed what had happened, they ran and reported it in their city. Now, yes, it was most likely a city, and out of the country, no. A country is a large piece of land. Like I said, there's areas, there's regions, there's those, that word country is not really used. It's kingdom. They would describe a country by a kingdom or a nation. And I don't see anything here that would be too difficult to understand why I'm should remove those words and put those words in. So again, had to replace it with the correct city. By Jesus, to leave with them, not a company, but to leave with them. Return to your house, know your family, and tell them what YHVH has done for you. Let me see. I want to make sure that there was the title God here in verse 59. Yes. What great not things, but thing God done for you. Jesus referring to our Creator as giving him permission to do these. This was his authority, was given him this authority. So Jesus is reconfirming he has been given this authority through our Creator. And this proclaiming most likely you know he would do that anyway, so it's not needed. When Jesus returned to the other side, now we're talking about coming over to the other side, which would be straight across to this city. Okay. And a male named Jarvis, attendant for a synagogue. Now, an attendant and an official, I'm using the word official as a government official, okay? Attendant would have been one of those that, like we've seen when Jesus was to read from the scroll Isaiah. Someone went and got that book and brought it out to Jesus. So it is, I'm calling that person attendant. So now you know this guy is an attendant. He's not, the Levites would not give over their being able to have authority to teach and preach. So you got to remember that they became the judges, so they also are the leaders of the synagogue. So they aren't officially priests in synagogues because the priests are the ones that are serving at the house for our Creator, meeting with our Creator. So this would have been an attendant for our synagogue. He fell at the feet and he begged them to come to his home. The daughter was 12 years old, so this was a young girl. At the age to be married back then, so, but not to old men. They did marry at the age of 12, 13, a whole lot of time. And the crowd was pressing against them. There's anything hard to see there. Hemorrhaging, this is what I'm calling bleedings, meaning a continuous bleeding. She couldn't stop from bleeding when she got cut. And could not be healed by a doctor. She came up behind Jesus and touched him, not the fringe of his cloak. She just touched him, and immediately the bleedings, notice this, stopped. That she had cut herself or hurt herself, and they finally stopped. Jesus asked, "Who touched me?" And Peter said, "The crowd was pressing against you." Now here, again, should I make Peter Judas here? I don't know. I know that I can sneak him in other places. He told the crowd, "Someone who touched me, for I'm aware of their healing, not aware that power had gone out of me." It's not a power, it's just his will. So it's not a power, it's his will to raise the dead, heal, and cast out demons. So he is aware that she was healed. They're healing. Then the woman knew, that's how she knew who he was talking about, had noticed him. And she fell before him and declared the reason why she touched him and how she was immediately healed. He told her, your trust in me has made you healthy. Go in peace. So, because that isn't really a disease. No, that's why I'm using the word healthy. Not our teacher, but a healer. He was asking him to come so he would have been a healer. He would have told him that I'm going to go get Jesus. He can heal her. So I'm saying that they would refer to him as a healer. Jesus heard this. He said, do not mourn, only believe in me. This would be him talking to the attendant, not to them. So he doesn't need to start mourning that she's dead. They just, not be afraid, but do not mourn or grieve. Do not grieve. I need to make sure that I've spelled that way, and I didn't. When I came to his home, Jesus said, do not mourn, except for these three and the girl's mother. Okay. Now we have, there were weepers lamenting her, and he told them to stop sobbing. Not weeping, but this is kind of like together, the lament and weeper, stop sobbing. That's what I'm going to say, that this word is how it's going to be defined in the text, is weeping and lamenting. Together, he's talked to all of them, okay? Not just the one. So, she is not dead, she is asleep. Believing she had died. Okay, so now they were in the home. Enter, okay. They came to his home. No, we did not. Then he laughed at him, believing she had died. I see why I'm adding it, that he sent them out of the home, because this here is, he's there with the others. So, but if they were lamenting outside before they went in, they sent them home. All right, and then rise up. Now, the spirit is a soul. The soul is what makes the body alive. It's this breathing, this breath, is part of the soul to make the body exist under there. This we learn when, I think it was Ezekiel was walking through a field of bones, and our Creator told him to tell the bones to gather and then put the innards in them and then the meat or muscles on them and then the skin on them. And then he says, call for the breath to exist in them. And then they became alive. And if you want to know what that was about, it was about our Creator explaining that the people in the abyss were kept complaining to our Creator, already send them, we're done, we want to come, we want to go to heaven. So it's kind of like he told them to wait. It was kind of a message to everybody, this vision that our Creator gave Ezekiel. He would have told them that he's going to send them, wait. He gave me this vision that everyone there is in the abyss will enter into heaven. That's his promise. The parents were grateful. And now here he would not instruct them not to say what's happening. He boldly went in and told them he was going to. So he sent them away. They already knew that if she was to be alive, they would have known. Those that were weeping and lamenting her. Okay, I don't see anything difficult to mention there. Why these are being changed. Proclaim he herald his kingdom from YHVH. Okay, now this. Okay, he called the 12 together and gave us. Okay, Jesus sending them out to herald his kingdom, not proclaim his kingdom, but herald his kingdom from YHVH. And healing his people. Here is what he's taken on a journey: a staff, a bag with breads, food, whoops, should be a comma, food, and a few silver. Nor, and it says nor, and nor, it says neither, nor. No, they needed these things to travel. A staff meant that they were traveling over countryside, up and down the hills to get to people to talk to them. A bag, they needed that they had their food, their breads, the dried breads, and their food in it, fish as well, and a few silver, meaning they had to buy this on their way. They weren't going to be supported. Now, this bag is here being mentioned here, but I also want to mention that when I'm thinking about replacing the word baskets of where they gathered it up, here it is that here's what Jesus is saying: to take on your journey, not neither a staff. Do not take nothing on your journey. That's just wrong. They needed these things to make their journey possible. And they added a word here, so do not even have 2 tunics apiece. Oh, where are they going to put the tunics? And they wouldn't wear a Greek item, clothing. But they're Israelis, so they wouldn't have had a tunic anyway. Okay. I was just reading to make sure that everything here is pretty much easy to see what I've done, and doesn't need much explaining. I was looking to see if this was out of text, that he had sent them out to other kingdoms and people, and then it would have been moved. And they spread about the villages, heralding his gospel and healing many. Not healing everywhere, but healing many. Herod, our governor, heard what was happening, and he was saying, John has risen from the dead, Now, this has risen from the dead. This is like reincarnation, okay? As some were saying, Elijah has reappeared, reincarnation. Others said his prophets from the past have risen again, reincarnation. So you can see that Herod, who was the governor over the area Israel, this area here is what we're talking. And he's saying that all these guys were sent out in this area, which is wrong. But the text right now is telling us this is where they were sent out. Well, it was those around him that did not, even though he is an Israeli or Hebrew, he just, no, I'm hearing about other religions from people passing by, and I believe that John has risen from the dead. Well, this would be reincarnation type of thing. Just to let you know that other religions have spread in false religions about the teaching about a creator had spread. This text, when cleaned up, is not a religion. It is a way of life. If you're going to live unto our creator, are the things that you are to do to obey our creator. You are to do as many as you can and be aware of the ones that you can't. And when it comes down to here in America or anywhere else in the world, that when you have the power to vote, you vote for right the way you believe, not believe, but the way you trust the words that our creator exists, and you get rid of evil. Because when I'm following voting of what's going on in this country in America, there's something like 30 million Christians that don't vote. How stupid can you be? I mean, for the simple fact that this country could be the greatest nation on this earth as being the example of living and believing and walking life according to our creator. But you let these people that say you can kill babies, murder them in the womb, that faggots are okay, that you can allow them to marry, you can't speak against them. This text, when it's cleaned up, this is not a religion. This is a way of life. So get rid of the word religion when you're being told, well, that's just another religion in the world. No, it's not. No. This text reveals our Creator promises, which means He speaks to people, that He created the universe. Everything is His. There is no luck. There is no wish. There is no maybe. There is no no karma. None of that. Okay? He does everything. The thoughts that you're always given thoughts that one thought is a lesser thought than the other. And as long as you take the one that is not the lesser thought, this is how you remain away from evil, and you it's kind of you're climbing the ladder of thought to have a reasonable and logical sense that a creator exists. I mean, I mean, everything is his. I mean, it's just, to me, it's easy because our Creator made me see him, and I understand that. I've talked to atheists. I've argued with them on their message boards. They just have this way of always taking a lesser thought when it comes down to, and it just keeps leading them away, and they don't understand that. And yet you'd think it'd be easy enough to know that if you do more evil, our Creator's going to allow you to do. So there's nothing you can do that he has not already thought, planned out, and has what you're to receive for those thoughts. In every situation of everybody around. I mean, they say the universe has been around for what, 14, 16 billion years. And yet our Creator could be trillions and trillions of years of existence easily. And you don't think he can control every little thing that's out here in the universe, even as big as the universe is? And the whole universe is him. So, in fact, the new text from our Creator's hidden formats, you should read that first page of that where he created everything. The text says he existed, and then he separated himself. So there he is, and all this emptiness around him is his. All of it. It is his. It is his. So, and then he separated himself, created heaven, and then he's sent back into the emptiness, and matter appears. We know from light all elements that we know of and don't know of are in the sun. So the thing here is his being is light. And so he sent part of himself back. All this matter, I don't care if you're just a small speck in the size of a city and it's the whole universe. That's just part of our Creator. uh, it's, I have no doubt I've seen our Creator. Okay. So, but the new text that's revealed has pretty much the truth of how even galaxies are made. If you search and read the text and you read in each of those paragraphs are got so much information in them, but it's his message to everyone today that everything is his. Okay, he is everything. The emptiness that we're going into, it's his. He knows where this emptiness is his existence. Yeah, this doesn't need to be here. And they aren't apostles yet. Apostles are those they're his disciples. People will say that when they after Jesus had ascended into heaven, then his disciples became apostles. They're still disciples. They're adding the word apostles for their wanting to change the text. They're always disciples, okay? He gave them their account. Okay, now his disciples are returning to him, and they gave him their account of what they had done. Then they went to a city called Bethsaida. Bethsaida. I don't think this is true, but let's see where they're saying this is. Let's see if I got time. Yeah. Okay. Here they're saying it's up here. Now, remember I told you that other city is up there as well, but that's just one map to another. Let me go back to the text. Let's see if I can go up here real quick. Should be here pretty soon. Okay, there it is. No, um, okay, here, see, they're saying over here as the name of it. These are Bible maps from a site that does nothing but try to locate all these cities correctly. They're wrong, but they've done their best. Where is? Yeah, I guess I was wrong. I guess I had them places changed. Let's see what this one. Let's say that is up here, and then they're trying to put this one here. Um, this is a very good one. I like this because when we're talking about being over here to the city, I said when the um, uh, uh, goats went down the hill, so um, it has to be close to here. So, but the object is that's a real good map. I like that one. Because I'm interested in how they went, how they walked up and down hills, where these uh, rivers are and where they existed. And you can see like this one here is uh, they're gonna call, I don't think that's the river, but I don't think I even have that river there on my maps. But the object is that we are done with the text for right now, that I'm going to stop this video. Okay, because I got to return here. Okay, his disciples returned. So I'm just looking to see real quick. We got offset. Now, if they're saying they gathered way up there, no. I'm going to show you text where he actually sent his disciples out to. But the object is they're meeting up there. Jesus is around there. They all believe Jesus. They're all coming to him. So this is not the right place. Okay, did it in 40 minutes, and I will continue with the next video.